Hi, my name's Erica.
And I'm Kevin.
Welcome to Accio Wip.
Welcome to episode 24. Again. This is like take 5, 6, 7. I have no idea.
Too many.
Too many. We're having fun. So I let her be the lead. I let
Didn't
me
work.
be the lead. I let her be the lead.
Doesn't work with me being the lead. It's fine.
No, it's fun though. I mean,
He just sits there and
I
goes.
sit there and go, were you? Well, anyway, she does the same thing to me, but I just keep talking because that's what I do.
Case in point.
I know, still talking. Anyway, welcome to our Flosstube channel. Thank you for everybody that returned. Anybody new, thank you. I love all the comments. I mean, we don't get a ton of comments. We're a small little channel over here, but we appreciate y'all stopping in and checking out what we stitched on and some of our plans and the chaos that is in Accio Wip House. So, I wanted to start off that we don't normally do this, or I normally don't do this, but I presented an award to one of our friends, Candy, the 614 Stitcher. I gave her the title or the award of the enabler, the Accio Wip Enabler Award. Woo, that's a mouthful. She messaged me and goes, "Hey, I know you have some dragon patterns, and especially a bunch by Fireweed Design," which I do. I got a bunch, thankful to the Black Needle Society at the Camp Black Needle last year. Firewing Designs decided to go paperless, so she had a bunch of paper patterns that she just gave Black Needle Society, and they put them out on the freebie table. And I was like a Black Friday sale. I was one of those. I'm getting in there, and I grabbed
Shoving people out of the way.
I grabbed quite a few patterns that I really liked. But she's like, "Oh, I'm really hoping that you had this one pattern, and I'd never seen it before, and I loved it." And I sat there for a couple days, and I kept thinking about this pattern, and I go, "All right, Candy, I am going to buy you a copy, and I'm going to buy me a copy, because I can't stop thinking about this chart." And the chart is Warrior by Firewing Designs. And I think she has plans of starting this for the Chinese New Year.
Which starts February 10th.
It does. We had this conversation through chat. I will probably start it also that day. I don't know. I need to text her, and we'll coordinate that. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna stitch this. What kind of fabric and what kind of floss. I don't know if I'm going to go dark fabric with the light floss, or a light fabric with the dark floss, or something in between. I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Candy, for enabling me. And if you all probably know her anyway, the 614 Stitcher here on Flosstube. So if you haven't heard of her and haven't checked out her channel, please go check her out. So
Yes. She is a good enabler.
she is a very good enabler. She's got a lot of patterns that she's doing, or a lot of charts that she's doing that I really enjoy. And we were actually honored in picking one of her WhipGo choices that started right in January, which was Nora Corbett's
Sunflower Fairy.
Sunflower Fairy, yeah.
Yeah.
And she got some good progress on that.
Yeah, she did really
for
good.
that. And I was impressed. And she went the direction I wanted her to go. I didn't tell her what direction to go. I'm like, I really want her to go up here. And she did exactly where I would have went with the pattern. So
Yes.
anyway, I wanted to get that all out of the way. And we'll go into what we stitched the last couple weeks.
Yep.
I mean, we're a day late. Normally we record on Sunday. Today is Monday. Sunday there was just a lot of chaos in the house. Well, Vicky, Stitching Button, had her live.
That was the chaos.
That was the chaos. But it was also during the 49ers game, which I was on my phone getting updates on the phone and hearing neighbors screaming and yelling and fireworks going off here and there. And then it was just got to be too late before we could record, so here it is Monday, and we're recording, so.
That's fine.
Yep, no big deal. So anyway, I think you outdid me on number of touches this week, so I'll let you lead off
I very much did.
on the whips.
I have way too many.
Yeah, well,
Um,
there's no such thing as too many whips.
well, it's like one a day. Anyway, I'm still doing the Mugshot Villains. I am to here right now. And
Before.
this was the before.
I'm going to catch her on this one.
And this is where it is now. So I know I've put in these two, more on this one and started on that one. So in the past 2 weeks.
That's the bottom row.
It's the bottom row.
So you got one more villain?
One more villain.
Oh, wow.
And I'm pretty excited because then I could go back and finish some of the other ones. And then I learned she sent out a thing on Facebook, I think, saying that she's going to have more villains to choose from. And so I was kind of wish that I didn't do some of the villains because they don't really interest me, some of them.
And now you're out of fabric.
So then, yeah, and I'm totally out of fabric, and so then I would have changed things around had I known that. So it's actually on that one. It was probably better if you weren't on time.
But those would make really cool smalls.
But yeah, that's okay. I'll I don't know. It's fine. It's all good. I'm excited that I'm somewhat caught up. And I have a lot of backtracking to do, but and I'm trying to keep up with the current week's villain, yeah, or at least do some on the current week's villain.
Cool.
So that was that.
Awesome.
I'll do another one since I really have way more than Kevin.
Do you really have a lot? I don't even know.
Yes.
Okay.
The next one I worked on is One Nation by ByGone Stitches. And here's where it was before. And here it is. And I finished this row, so way down there. And I started on this red. And I did a couple of these, so that's it.
Did you get any more stars in?
Yeah, that's that. Couple more of these stars, yes. So there we go. That's that.
Looking good.
Yeah. I am not quite on track for finishing it by next January, but I have a plan. So we'll see.
Awesome. All right, I think I'm going to take over for one.
Yep.
Because I feel left out.
You should.
So the first thing I stitched on. Here, I'm going to do this for my daughter this way. And this was, and I told you I'm doing the Phantom Stitching
Cover?
Yeah. I'm doing the Phantom Stitching Central, and I'm doing the weekly challenges. And it's kind of taken over my life on what I stitch on. So, which is really out of the box for me. I usually just would walk up to my whips and just find something that appealed, and I would stitch on it for a couple days. So now I'm trying to match things to these prompts and figure things out. So sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's not. But I worked on Baba Yaga. I know this fit some type of prompt, and it also fit one of the other challenge groups I'm in. And I had to do 1,000 stitches on this for one of the challenge groups, and I think I cashed in 300 for the things. And per my daughter, I'm supposed to go like this, and what was it? Yeah, and go, ba-bam! I don't know. That's what she told me to do. So I got a lot. Can you hold this side for me?
Yes.
I got this tree down. I got the skeleton in. I got these skeleton ins. I got some of the legs down. But yeah, I got 1,001 stitches in right off the bat after our last floss tube. And thank you for everybody that was commenting on this, on my unknowing of the whole Baba Yaga, how it was actually chicken legs, not tree legs. I did research a little bit on it, a little bit more, so I didn't seem like a total clueless floss tuber out here. But I am going to try to find the story or a translation of the story.
Because it's in Russian.
Yeah, I think it's Russian based, or yeah. And listen to that. So it actually kind of intrigued me at the time. I just haven't got back to it, so work's been a little. I just lost my slipper. Haven't got back to it because of work. So, all right, go ahead and do your next one. I think we'll alternate from here on out, right?
Sure. My next one is one of my 12x12s. It is the Halloween Fairy by Nora Corbett. I think this one is a Mirabilia. You can find this on the Hershners website. And it was in a magazine, so that's how I was able to start this one. And here's where it was before. Not very much on it.
Oh, I didn't do that on mine. Here I am, like, going, and I didn't do that for me.
And here's where I am now. I'm up to 500, so this will go away for a while. I'm trying to get all my new starts to get at least to 500, so that's why I'm having quite a few different patterns. So, and that's on Fortnight Fabrics 28 count Lugana.
Oh, cool. Okay, so next on the list that was inspired by challenge groups and questions and Stitch on Something. And I think this one
does something.
That does something, but I think it fit a couple prompts, and I got a good start. And this is actually a new start, and it's Freebirds by Sweet Wing Studio. And I'm doing this on 32 count Letters from Hogwarts by Picture This Plus, which was an exclusive in one of the Frogworks boxes. And that's where I got just over 500 stitches in on this. This actually goes pretty quick, so, but I like all the little birdies. And I actually do got the back stitching in already on them, so back stitching as I go. Yeah, I know. Well, when it's little, I can do it. When it's a ton, no way, Jose.
My next one is 12 Days of Christmas by Tiny Modernist. I'm doing this on a 28 count Evenweave. And it's antique white. Here's where it was before.
Good job. You're better than me.
I'm a professional.
You're professional.
And here's where it is. And these are what I've done. I've done part of 11 and part of 12. And this is my oldest whip, and so this is what is going to be finished this year. That is my plan, is to have my oldest whip done.
Do another one.
Okay.
You still got a pretty big stack.
Uh-huh. Told you. My next one is Halloween Quaker.
My favorite.
By Lila's Studio. And here's where it was before.
Is that murky?
It is Desert Stone. It's a Jobelan. And there's where I am now. I put this motif in. So my plan, very loose plan, is to get one motif done a month. That is the plan. I don't know if that is going to be reality, but that is the plan. I don't like working on it, but I get into a rhythm. Like, I mean, I think that's 600 stitches. I can't remember how many stitches that is, but the first few were just impossible, and then I got into a rhythm and it started being not so difficult. So I think if I just keep going on it and not go from that to a different project to a different project to that, you know, but that's just not me. But anyway, the plan is if I need to get one motif done a month. That's
a good goal.
The goal.
Yeah, it's a good goal.
So we'll see how long that lasts.
All right. Next up, one of these things about the challenge, I'm touching a lot of projects, so more than normal, which is probably Erica's normal, but unnormal for me. But I touched The Long and Winding Road by Blackbird Design. And I got a couple hundred stitches in on that. Here's where it was before. I remember this time. And here's where it is now. And I got the road all the way, I think, down to the bottom now. Maybe not. I think I got a little bit more to go. But finished off these crosses and started getting this in there. And, 200 stitches. It's getting closer and closer to the end. So, and this is on 36 count. Oh, man, I can't remember.
Is it on the back?
No, I don't have it on the back of that one yet. I forgot to print off an extra copy. It's on 36 counts. 1 over 2 on 36 count. I just don't remember the fabric that I have it on. I will let you know, but it is down. All of our projects are down in the description box of who the designer is, what the chart name is, who the designer is, and what we're stitching it on. So if you ever have any questions about any of our whips, it will be down in the description box. Thanks to Erica. She fills that part out for me.
He does everything else. I just do that part. So when he ditches me, I'm in trouble. Anyway, my next one is Hoop, There It Is.
Hoop, there it is.
It's by Heartstring Samplery. I'm doing it on Lipstick Lugana by Fiber on a Whim. And here's where it was before. And here's where it is now. I've gotten to about 25% done. So thought I was at 25% done before, but now I actually really am. So there you go. And I'm doing it 1 over 2 on 36 count.
Yeah. And just like my Blackbird. Awesome.
Yeah, well, I had to write that down on my card because I kept trying to do 2 over 2, and then I realized that's not right, and so I have to keep reminding myself that it's 1 over 2. I didn't even realize you worked on that one.
I did. Excuse me. So next up, I stitched on Beach Days, which is the name of the series by Pedal Pusher but I stitched on the, what is it? Patrolling Poultry, which is a bunch of chickens on a lifeguard stand, but it will look like that when I get done with it. So I'm doing it as one piece. And I remember this was a challenge on stitch on something with blue fabric. So that was a pretty easy choice. And here's where it was before. And here's where it is now. So I did get this chicken in. I got their beaks in. I just got some random stuff done on that. I know all the white is done up here now, which was kind of the pain in the butt because it was kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard to see even on camera, but the white was a pain. But it is all done. And yeah, so I got Beach Days, 215 stitches in on that over the last couple weeks. And that's that.
My next one, I'm getting, my thought is to get 500 stitches a week on this one because I need to have this done by March because the next
Retreat
is coming out.
Yep.
Next batch, next. Anyway. Pattern that goes in the line. I mean, I don't actually have to have it done, but I want to have it done so that way I can have all of them. I try to have it done. Anyway, I don't have to have it done because the winter's on the very other side, which I've actually already have done. Does that make sense?
When you show it, it will.
Anyway, this is where it was before. And here's where it is now. And I've been doing a bunch of that white, and I am not impressed with white on white, and there's still, like another 3,000 stitches of white.
What's wrong with white on white?
It will be fine at the end, but doing it this is not fun.
I do not like doing it, that's for sure.
Anyway, so, and I did a bunch here, and I had to take it all out because I had done something wrong, and I couldn't fudge it because it was going to be, anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. We're fine.
Yeah, I didn't even like the white on the light blue. That was a pain in the butt. So, okay, next up. And I got quite a bit in on this one. It fit a couple prompts, and it went into another challenge group, and I couldn't just put it down for some reason, but it is the Norman Tapestry by Modern Folk. And here's where it was before, and I'm doing this on 40 count Murky 1/2, and we're going to try to see if this comes up on camera. And here's where it is now. And I'm really trying to make this actually pops a little bit better in person, but on camera it's not. But I got the horse completely in over here, and then I worked my way up here, and I'm doing the center part right now. And I got in 823 stitches over the last couple weeks on this. So once you get going with this, it actually goes pretty quick. And I'm so excited I got that one horse done. It's like, yeah, I got the horse done. And that's that one.
My next one is a finish. It is
a finish?
Yes. It is my Blessing Sampler by Plum Street Sampler.
This is your sampler for January sampler thing.
Yes, my Blessing Sampler.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay. So if you start a sampler in January and finish it in January, I think you have good stitching luck, or maybe you have good luck all year. I'm not quite sure, but anyway.
How about both?
Let's do both. And so it's all done. So anyway, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
I'm yeah. It's all good. I had fun. I had fun with that. I saw it before. It was I think it was a retreat piece, and so I couldn't get it, and so then when they released it, I grabbed it pretty quickly. And
I think you can do another one. I got 2 more.
I got 3.
Oh, I got 3 more.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll let you do it.
So next up, I wasn't even ready. I was expecting you to go again.
Okay, fine. I'll do it.
No, that's fine. It's got to take this out.
I'm always ready.
I know. Oops.
Because I'm a professional.
Professional. So next up, I worked on Poltergeist Pirates, which we normally do on the 19th of every month. We get on a Zoom call or Facebook Messenger call. I don't know. They're all the same to me. Video call. And stitch together.
Put on by Lynn X Stitches Creates.
Yep. But she was in Australia having fun
For the last 2 months.
for the last forever, and seeing all our friends across the waters there and down under. So she got to see a lot of our stitching friends that we all know. I was pretty jealous, actually. But and play with some cool animals too, I saw. But anyway, I thought I'd work on Poltergeist Pirates just to keep it going. I didn't get a lot in, but here's what it looks like, and here's where it was before. And I moved the Q-snap a little bit, but here's where I'm at. I'm actually finally at the bottom. You can see this little line right here. This is the handrail for the ship. So I finally made it down to the ship, and I'm actually going to work my way this way to make sure I have enough fabric. I think that way. Anyway.
One way.
One way. To make sure I have enough. I'm pretty sure it's this way. To make sure I have enough fabric to the left. Yeah, that would be the left. To the right. To the right. To the right. To the left. To the left. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Because I can't remember when I started it. How good I was at counting. To make sure I made allowance.
Started at the...
Well, I started it at a retreat. So retreat counting is not...
No, but you started at the moon, and I think the moon was...
I did, but the moon was in still even more.
Okay.
So I had to count about 50 stitches over for the moon. And I was at a retreat when I started it. So
Okay.
we'll see if retreat counting actually worked out or not.
My next one is Winter White Santa. Totally drew a blank. It is by Mirabilia, and it is on 32 count Twilight blue linen. So this is another one that I'm trying to do 500 stitches
A month?
a month. This one I need to have done by the end of next year, and I'm pretty far away, so I have a lot to do, and so I need to get there.
32 count Twilight blue linen.
Didn't I say that?
I don't know.
Oh, here's where it was before.
There's just a tag. There's a tag right in front of my face, so I'm gonna read it.
Anyway, yeah. So that one I need to. That one I'm trying to get more time on.
You know what? I think I have. No, it wasn't Twilight blue. It was somebody else. Okay. Next up was another one I got quite a few stitches in on. And it was Visit the Shire by Country Magic Stitch. And I luckily made this into some of the challenges, because if I have a full coverage, I can use that as to basically do any of the prompts. It's kind of the they call it the Disney Plus. So any full coverage will satisfy the question, no matter what it was. So, but anyway, here's where it was before. And here's where it is now. And I really focused on this side. All that kind of random shrubbery over there. That's not fun to stitch. But I got 600, just shy of 650 stitches in. And then I got the window in from the Hobbit hole. Or the window, not the Hobbit hole, but the Hobbit window. His door is over here, so. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm almost done with all this green. This green comes pretty far down. But it's pretty popcorny, so. It took a while to get those 600 plus in, but I did. I managed it, so. Really excited. If I can get past that section, I'll be really happy.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is the Harry Potter book covers. I'm doing the standard size. I'm doing it on 25 count Lugana white easy grid and stitched 1/1 full cross. And here's where it was before. And here's where it is now. And this is another one that I'm trying to get 500 stitches a month. So if I do 500 stitches a month, that's 6,000 stitches. So that'll get good progress. And if I don't, then I still got at least this 500 stitches. And you got another one?
I do. I didn't bring the pattern over, but I think most of everybody knows this one. Anyway, it's Frogwarts, and I am doing all 4 years on one piece of fabric. And I figured I'd work on year 1 since I did a restart this last year. So I'm starting at the top again. And here's where it was before.
Which we haven't never done year 1 yet.
You have, yeah. I started it once, but. And here's where it is now. And I finished off the Wingardium Leviosa. And then started putting a little more stitches on top of Hedwig over there. And I just got over 300 stitches on this. But I figured, you know what? I think the prompt was work on my largest whip. And if you count all 7 years, it's going to be a pretty big whip since I'm doing them all as one. So I figured that worked out to be my largest. So, and it felt good to put some stitches in on that because that's going to come up around the corner pretty soon. So you might see actually some more focus on that throughout the months leading up to Frogwarts. So
yeah, after I'm done with my Spring and Stars Hollow at 500 stitches a week, I'm going to start on Frogwarts because that needs to be done by July. So my next whip is The Vanishing Isle by Autumn Lane.
I like that one.
Yeah.
The turtle.
I'm doing this on 32 count vintage blue Whisper.
Whisper.
And I noticed that I am using up a lot of fabric because I think that it's only about like this big down here. So it's fine. I started it when I was in Hawaii with my best friends, and I didn't cut it down, and I just started just in the middle, so that way I'd have plenty of room.
And you got plenty of room.
And I got plenty of room. I didn't realize how tiny it was going to be. Oh, I forgot to say this was where it was before.
Oh, you did? I know.
And my last one, oh, no wonder. Okay. My last one is Parade of Elephants. If you saw our last floss tube, I showed a Parade of Elephants when it was supposed to be Strawberry Field. Anyway, it's all good. Here's where it was before, the actual
That one's going to take me some
Parade of
time to figure that one out.
Elephants. And here's where it is now. So I got up to 500 stitches, and so this one will go away for a while.
It looks really good.
Yeah. Oh, and that's on Lugana. No idea about anything else.
It's a Fortnight.
It's probably a Fortnight, but we
Laverne and Shirley,
had
maybe?
it with something else, and I went through the projects, our completed projects, to see if I could figure out what it was, and I kept looking at the stitching and getting involved in the stitching and not going through and not looking at the fabric, and then I'm like, no. So then I'd have to backtrack and try to go through the Anyway, it was a futile effort. I couldn't do it. I kept looking at the stitching. Anyway, so we'll find out what it is, but it's Lugana.
Yep. So I got a little funny story. Well, yeah, funny story. Because she said something about Whisper. And our neighbor down the street, a couple doors down on the other side of the court, has a black cat named Whisper. And used to come around all the time 3-4 years ago. Was up at our house, our neighbor's house. Most social cat ever. Was always doing the figure eights between your legs and everything. And some a-hole neighbor around here shot it with a BB gun and it got shot in the leg. And he kept her kind of protected inside. She didn't really come out much.
I think she didn't want to
I don't think she wanted to come out. But anyway, I was in our kitchen. I was getting coffee one morning. I look out and I see this black cat sitting on our fence in the back. I go, I wonder if that's Whisper.
That looks like Whisper.
And I'm like, okay. Well, I walked outside. I go, hey, Whisper. And all of a sudden that cat comes running toward me, doing figure eights, purring, meow, 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 talking to me. And I'm like, that is so cool. I haven't seen the cat in 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And it was like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
And she wanted to come inside. She starts walking toward our back door, our sliding glass door. And then she sees our cats, and our cats see that. And she goes, okay, I don't want to go inside. So,
never mind.
Never mind. But I like to see you also do more figure eights between your legs. So
yeah, she was really cute.
it was fun. This kind of neat how animals are, people too.
I'm glad that she.
Glad she remembered.
You.
Yeah. Yeah, because I used to always sit out there and pet with her, so I don't think our cats appreciated it because I come inside smelling like her. So
yeah,
who you been sleeping with? Who's that perfume? So anyway,
you're lucky I'm okay with cats.
I think that's about it. We don't have really plans. My work's still kind of chaotic. I found out I don't really stitch on Thursdays for some reason. I don't know why. I noticed that in my calendar, Thursdays 0 stitches. So
that's funny.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what happens when you start data gathering. I guess up and coming in April, right?
Yes.
We have the Universal Monsters retreat in Los Angeles that we're going to.
And hopefully maybe going to...
We might be going to Universal. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how...
Universal Monsters. We just gotta go to Universal.
Gotta go, at least go to Hogsmeade, right? So...
Yes.
We'll see how that goes. But otherwise, yeah. It's back to the... well, at least for me, it's just work and then stitch. So
today I worked.
I know you worked. I know. That was pretty cool.
I did something.
All right. So we're going to call that a wrap. And we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.